present about the topic how social identity theories shape our perception about power in organization. So we will start with the abstract.
Hello everyone, I will be sharing about the abstract studies today. The research by Salas and Pfeffer in 1974 looked at how power work in organization, especially in university settings. It shows how differently power use their power to shape the person and decide who get what resources. The study focused on three main sources of power: the amount of external funding to the department gets, its national prestige, and the size of its graduate program. These factors directly impact the key sources like fellowship are distributed. So understanding key power structure is vital for effective management. Knowing how power and why can help ensure that resources that are allocated fairly and justly.
Introduction. While understanding power can be important because power is possessive in organization, influencing everything from change to daily interaction. Without understanding it, we risk unfairness, ineffectiveness, and conflict. About powers influence fairness and effective, we power and fairness. Power directly impact fairness in resource allocation, opportunity, and recognition. Unfair power lead to dissatisfaction, low moral, and talent class. For example, bias, project, and assignment or promotion threat, resentment. About powers and effectiveness. Effective power align with organizational goal, requiring balance distribution. It fosters efficient decision making, coordination, and productivity. Conversely, concentrate on disparate power hinder efficiency. About SIT provide a framework. SIT help us better understand how different groups with organization interact, how they compete for resources and power, and how these group dynamic can lead to inequality in power distribution. This study focused on a university setting but applied to various organizational contexts. The university complex structure and diverse interaction make it ideal for studying power dynamics. While focus here our finding on power and group dynamic are broadly applicable to any organization. Ultimately, this research aims to enhance the general understanding of power, fostering better, fair, and more effective work environment. We come to literature.
Moving on to the review section, Grant and Raven identify five beyond social power, report, disperse, reference, and cozy, legitimate power. Later, Raven add informational power. This basis of social power help us understand how power is formed and used in organization. Power in organizations, Pfeffer and Sensis study how the power of units within organization affect the
used by the study. At first, they focused on a single large American university by a case study approach. So they collected 3 key pieces of data: the extent of external funding, and the prestige ranking, and the department graduate program. So they will research the analysis of data allocation just by looking at which department received the most resources. They can analyze. So the resources distribution was tied mainly about the demand or just power and status. And also, for example, like a department like business or law, they got access to significant amount of funding and high rank in national prestige. So that's why they receive more power and status in the school. And also the study relied on framework like resources dependency or social identities. So as this showed that the resources and the group identity shape their perception of power and legitimacy. So up next we talk about the results.
Now, let's look at the results. The study found that department with the more external funding, higher prestige, and larger graduate program have more power. The departments include allocation resources, such as graduate fellowship, more heavily than others. In simple terms, resources we often given to already power rather than based solely on it. This finding show that power imbalance can lead to a fair resource distribution in organization, recognizing the dynamic keys for improving fairness in management.
So let's talk about what these values means and connect them to social identity theories. So the study showed that power in organization isn't just about authority. It's about controlling resources and being seen as legitimate. For example, department like engineering receive more funding and higher status, so that's why they will view as more powerful, right? So SAT explained that strong group identities and legitimacy receive more influence in the school. So the study also showed that resources often not go to the less influenced group more than the powerful groups. For example, larger departments like laws or business receive more scholarship because of their status, and while smaller one is struggling like sociology. And the study also showed that this situation, the power and the distribution of resources will create problems because the less influence will feel left out, and that will reduce equalities and collaboration within the university. And SAT explained how these imbalances keep growing while the stronger group receive more recognition and resources, and the weaker one lose out.
Now we talk about the conclusion. In conclusion, we have three main points to check it out. First is power. Power always exists in organization because resource and responsibility are not shared equally. If not managed well, it can lead to a boost power, unfairness, and conflict. Effective way to manage is through creating balancing mechanism like multi-level approval process and training employees to use power responsibility. The second is social identity theory, SIT, tool for understanding and attracting power. FNC has explained how group will share identity to increase their influence. It also explains conflict lines with practical application include creating space for dialogue and building shared goals to connect different groups. And the last is transparency and fairness. Transparency and fairness is transparency and fairness and the foundation of decision making in organization. Additional shared decision making criteria openly and include diverse voice in decision. The reduce suspicion and increase motivation among employees. The core message is power is not the enemy. How we manage this matter. Let's use power as tool to promote unity and creativity in organization.
About the limitation of the case study, the study has several limitations. It focused solely on one large Midwestern state university which restricts its generalized ability to other universities with different structure or culture. Universities have unique decision-making process and power dynamics such as competition for resource, which may not align with those in business or government. The study emphasized measurable factors like funding, faculty size, and prestige to access power, but to overlook informal sources such as personal influence or network. For example, in the case study, the measure of power used in this study are limited to observable and quantifiable factors, leaving out intangible elements. Additionally, subjective metrics like prestige may introduce bias and it relies on external perception, potentially compromising the validity of the finding. The author cautioned that prestige is a subjective measure may be influenced by external perception or bias and applied to the real world in business. Team with high profile partnerships such as R&D collaboration funded by external collaboration often gain more influence. For example, a tech company's AI research team secured a multi-million-dollar partnership become pivotal in decision making due to their perceived contribution to growth, and particularly in organization group managing critical projects or funding typical receive greater access to resource and power imbalance can arise when certain groups control critical resource and designing systems to reduce the imbalance. Organization can implement systems like participatory budgeting and need-based resource allocation to distribute power more equitably. Additionally, promoting inclusive decision-making practice can help mitigate bias that favor certain department over, and that is the end of our presentation. Now we come to the Q&A section. Does anyone have any questions for our group?
Can you tell me about more specific about how the social identity theory related to this the findings of the case?
So, SAT explained how group identity and legitimacy shape power and status. For example, in this study right here, the department with strong prestige and power receive more resources. So that's why the SAT theory or the social identity theory explain how group dynamics explore power gap in an organization. That's why we choose this topic. Thank you very much.